Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is an installment of a playlist that is seemingly always on life support, Tools of the Trade. So this is an installment for that, but this is also something that I hope I will be able to build on as the donation thing goes along. Hopefully, if it turns out well, this is the type of extra content that I'm hoping I'll be able to do. I was not originally planning on doing, let's say, spittoon reviews, but I am now leaving that open. However, today, not a spittoon. This is the 1997-98 Copenhagen band cutter. A lot of you will be familiar with the cutter itself. It is something that U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company has had stamped as Copenhagen and at times Skoal. What a good number would not have seen is how it came. Now, this coincided. It is dated with a trademark for 1997. I don't believe this was widely available until early 1998. But the whole idea corresponded with the release of Copenhagen releasing Long Cut. When Long Cut came out, whether it was planned that way or whatnot, I have a feeling that it was. This was a giveaway. Now, if you know how the giveaway worked, leave a comment in the comments section. I believe this was a handout when buying product literally at a store. Like, you didn't have to send away for it. I don't believe, but I could be wrong about that part. So what you have is a manila envelope. Copenhagen is obvious. Keychain with metal lid opener. It's basically a lanyard. And if you look for this online, I got this a number of years ago. I believe it was eBay or Etsy, or how you pronounce that, E-S-T-Y. I bought it sort of on a whim, spur of the moment type thing. I saw it. I was looking up something else, and I saw this, and it was pretty cheap. And you didn't have to pay for shipping and handling at the time. Don't know if that is the case now. But usually it is listed as lanyard. All right. So you have Copenhagen, you have the keychain with metal lid opener. That's just a misprint on this envelope, the missing key part. Over here is the old style warning label for younger gentlemen that don't know what that looked like. And then over here was a little thing from U.S. Smokeless Tobacco Company reminding, I guess, the store clerks not to sell to minors. That's that. And then you have trademark information down here. So it just opens up. And as I said, it's a lanyard. They say it's a keychain. I don't know anybody that uses this length. Well, I guess maybe people keep keys on this. So you have that. And then it has a swivel attachment and then a snap clip, if you can see that. And you have two things on it. Now, I have it as it came originally. You have this. It's I don't know what, a medallion. It's Copenhagen bling. I don't know what you want to call that. And then you have the opener itself. So that is the Copenhagen version. There is a Skoal version of this. All right. It comes on a key ring itself. It's neat to have. It doesn't really work that great. Okay. In fact, there is some marking on this where I actually try to sharpen those teeth. And it didn't work. So, on a regular can, a plastic can with a metal lid, it's sort of a pointless venture. With a fiberboard Copenhagen can and metal lid, it does sort of work, and that's because a regular plastic can, here's the can, here's the lid, snaps flush, all right? With a fiberboard can, the lid fits over the can, so it's sort of like this. When you have that lip there, this does sort of work, and it may be because also that the Copenhagen bands are of a more papery nature, but with the fiberboard, the lip with the lid coming over, it does work somewhat. I have used it a couple times when I did not have a thumbnail to speak of. I do not like sticking a fingernail under those can lids, the metal ones fitting over fiberboard. It just sort of, it's like nails across a chalkboard to me type deal. There have been work occasions where basically I've had no thumbnail at all, and I actually pulled this out, and it did work. But I mean, it's not something. It's not something that, number one, do you want this on your key ring? I mean, it actually has a little weight. It may very well be brass. It has a little weight to it. This thing, I mean, what are you wearing it around your neck? But it is sort of cool in the fact that it is, from an history aspect, this is what they were giving away when they brought out their much awaited 100 and however many years and came out with long cut, because that was the second Copenhagen product. Up until that time, up till 1997, early 98, there was just Copenhagen snuff. That was it. So when they came out with long cut, it was sort of a big deal, obviously, and they gave away these. Now, I was not dipping in 1997. I was still smoking cigarettes then. So that is why I bought this online a couple years ago. And as I said, it was fairly cheap. I think it was under $5, and I think I got the shipping free on it. So it's sort of cool to have. Doesn't have much utility, though. All right. So let me just show you, just in case somebody is not familiar with this at all. You got a can. You put it, and you bring it back, the teeth on the rim, and turn. Okay? And a lot of companies have done this. There are exact duplicates of this that have Skull on them, partly because Skull and Copenhagen are by the same company. Grizzly at one time had a version, and before that, I think it was a recycled version that originally had been a Kodiak thing from back, Lord knows when, maybe the 80s even. So, as I said, it sort of works. It's sort of cool to have. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have it. But at the same time, it was because it was really cheap. It was easily sent. And, I wanted to... It was something I was interested in having. I got this well before this channel started. But it was something from the get-go I was pretty sure didn't actually have actual utility. It didn't really, So, that is it. That is the... Let me get all this back on here. Can opener, or band cutter, whichever way you want to say it, that was given out when Copenhagen Long Cut came out. Sort of cool, but doesn't really serve its said purpose. Not overly well, anyway. But I did want to show that at some point. I had it for this playlist like 8 months ago, and then I misplaced it, and I just found it again a little while ago. So, the Copenhagen Band Cutter Lanyard, 1997, early 98. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I would greatly appreciate if you would consider at least a small donation to this channel for reviewable product. I am not making an income off this. It does not go to me in any way whatsoever. It basically, at this time, goes completely to sourcing product, reviewable product. And at some point, if there is an overage, I may branch off into, let's say, spittoons or something like that, but we're not there yet. I do hope you all are well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.